Welcome to this week's installment of the 2-Minute Drill. Back with us once again, Nichols head coach Kevin Loney. In our last meeting, we spoke about MIT. Going into this past game 2-2, really could have been 4-0. They had 2 weeks to prepare for you, and they came out and played like a team that was 4-0.
That was a juggernaut. They were very well coached, very disciplined. I knew that their personnel on offense was going to be better, and they did a really good job. Their guys have run the same offense now for 3 years in certain positions, 2 years in certain positions. And that's how they played. They did a couple of adjustments early on to us that we weren't ready for, and went down and scored. And I think we kind of panicked a little bit. That's it. Our players panicked. Well, that's on us as a coaching staff to make sure that they can calm down and just go out and do their jobs. And we weren't able to make all the adjustments we needed to make. And before you know it, the game kind of got out of hand. Top it off, on offense, we really struggled because once our quarterback goes down, our backup wasn't just you try to give enough reps in practice, but nothing like being the guy who was getting the bulk of the reps. And so we had a couple opportunities there to kind of get some things going, and we just couldn't get them going. That's credit to their defense. They did a really good job of tackling, putting some long yard situations, and they're a really good football team. And they're going to be a team to be reckoned with in New England for a long time. You
talked about going with the backup quarterback once Quaylen went down with the injury. There are some schools in this conference that come in with rosters, 100, 110, 120 players. We have 80 here. So you really are in that situation where when someone goes down, you're the next man up. You're one snap away from going in. Whereas maybe at some of these other schools, you're 3-4 people down on the depth chart.
Certainly. Our philosophy here, as an institution, we didn't want to have a gigantic roster of kids just sitting around doing nothing, practicing for no reason. We want to make sure that everyone has a role and knows what they're doing, and that all your coaches know who you are and they can coach you. That's a big thing for us here. And so, at the same time, as we talked about, the next guy's got to be ready to go because you're one play away. In some ways, it's kind of like the National Football League, where if one guy goes down, hey, the next guy's got to be ready to go and cross-train other positions, so on and so forth. That's what we want, kids to be able to know they're doing and be good, smart players. And I thought we did some things well on Friday night. We ran the ball pretty well. It kind of gets lost in all the numbers. Obviously we didn't throw the ball very well, but we pounded the rock, I thought, the last couple of weeks as well as we've done it in a long time here since I've been here. So that's a plus. I thought some of our young guys played well on special teams. Had some good return yards, had some good things going in terms of our punt coverage has been outstanding all season long, and that carried on as well. And hopefully we can build on that stuff.
Touching on the running back situation, you have Philippe Jem in the backfield this year, as well as a freshman Grant Klimek, who both run the ball well for you.
Yeah.
Both really weren't predominantly in the backfield last year. Philippe to an extent, but didn't get the bulk of the carries.
Yeah, we've had a good run on running backs here. We've just got to be consistent, a little more consistent up front. We've had a revolving door up front this year and last year and the year before. We're trying to get that organized in our recruiting and really square that position away, because if you can get you look at MIT offensively, they have the same 5 starters basically from all season long. Well, you can build continuity and chemistry, and the calls get easier and so on. And for us, we've had a couple new starters here and there, some injured guys here and there, and you're always trying to figure out a way to make sure that guys are consistent. And the running game, Grant's got a lot of is special. We got some other guys who can't see the field that are really good, and that's a good problem to have, I guess, in the run game, because when you get down, it's hard to let's go run the football. You need to throw the ball a little bit and get some things going. But Grant, Felipe, Chuck Wooding, Andre Rickerson, those guys are all really good backs. But how do you get all those guys the ball is the question, in clutch situations.
This weekend, you guys head up to Maine Maritime, a contest where both schools looking at this as hey, this is very winnable for us. Maybe the teams see a lot of similarities within each other. Talk about the opponent.
Well, Maine Maritime, speaking of trying to get the ball to a lot of guys on offense, they are a triple option offense, very aggressive, very physical, very disciplined. They've done a great job in running their offense. They just not been able to punch it in enough, and they've been giving up some scores on defense. They're well coached. Chris McKenney's a phenomenal football coach. Ryan Paquette, those guys I've known for a long time. They're very good coaches, very phenomenal pedigree. And that their players, even though they're young, are going to be really good, and they're going to play extremely hard. They're looking at us, I think, as a way to salvage their season. And I think for us, it's the exact situation. So, you can't talk about how, this guy or that guy is a winnable game necessarily. It's, those guys are a good football team too. They just haven't had the breaks they wanted to have. They that's a game they should have won this year. That you watch them against Anna Maria, and it's a track meet, and the worst thing in the world is being track meet with people who know how to run the ball. You want to be able to hopefully be disciplined, take care of your responsibilities, tackle the ball when it's your time to tackle it, and hopefully create some opportunities for yourself.
Lots of common themes for getting a victory: not taking any penalties, not turning the ball over,
Certainly.
causing turnovers on the other
Certainly.
side. Anything special for this weekend that jumps out?
When you play against triple option teams, possessions are at a premium on offense. You lose possessions. If you look at the numbers for Maine Maritime, they're averaging about 2.5 hours a game. It's really fast because they're running football, clock's running, and so you lose possessions offensively. So it's at a premium that you execute, you tackle, you catch the football, that you make plays and opportunities are there for you. Defensively, it comes down to, it's alignment, it's assignment, it's technique, and it's protecting yourself because, as most teams who are academy teams, they're going to do a lot of cut blocking. So being able to protect your legs and get you stay on your feet and make tackles against big physical backs. Their fullback, Billy Weatherby, is phenomenal. He's a hard-nosed running back. He's an old-school throwback fullback in the triple option. Ryan O'Neal, those guys have done a great job on the edge. And the quarterbacks, they've got two guys who do a great job. Fahey and Reed, they do a phenomenal job of running their offense. I've coached against some great option quarterbacks in years past, and when you have a guy who knows what he's doing, it's really hard to beat him because they can run it with their eyes closed, and that's our challenge this week. So it's not going to get no easier for us. It's not going to get easy. We just got to go play. So.
Thank you, Coach Loney. Fans, once again, NicholsAthletics.com is your home to follow the Bison all season long. Thanks, Coach.